Hello, hello, hello. Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Let me know in the comments. Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Okay, guys. So we are back in live. It's been a while. Hello, Chandan 3D artist. Rishabh saying hi, bro. Hi, Mohammad Ashraf. Hello. Yes, we are back, guys, because my net connection is back, and yeah, we are going to learn some interesting stuff today. Uh, let's see. Okay, so before we start our live stream, I want to apologize for my previous live streams. The thing is that where I'm living right now, the internet connection is not really good, so it's very difficult to create live streams. Even in today's live stream, I don't know what is going to happen. I'm telling you this very honestly. But if something goes bad, or if my net connection is not proper, I don't you don't need to worry. I have whatever I'm going to teach you today, I have already created separate tutorials for it, so sooner or later you will get those tutorials. But today we are going to discuss this in our live stream. Okay, and in another live stream, I have this interesting stuff that one of my student asked some queries related to motion graphics, so I'll try to solve that in my next live stream as well. This incident happened today only. Okay, so I'll try to do that as well. As also, if you have any questions, then you can ask me in the comment section. I'll try to answer those things as well. Okay. Okay, so there are few people who asked some questions. Let's try to read one by one. Rishabh Sen asked me, bro, can you share a complete video editing roadmap? Okay, so if you are asking about complete video editing roadmap, I hope it's you are talking about video editing rather than motion graphics, because when it comes to motion graphics, most of the time what people do is that they think this is a similar term, but it's not. In video editings, the roadmap is different, and in motion graphics, roadmap is different. You can consider motion graphics like animation stuff. So when you create animations, you require storyboards, and you require some kind of a graphic designing sense as well when it comes to motion graphics. When it comes to video editing, there are different stuff involves, like whether shot is proper or not, and color grading and all stuff. So I hope you are talking about video editing. Okay, so yeah, I'll try to create anything like that about video editing. And to be really honest, I'm saying this like that. I'm not very pro at video editing. I mean, I do video editing. Even in my job, I do edit some videos, but I edit those videos in After Effects only. I don't use Premiere Pro. So if you're asking me about a quite roadmap, I don't know what industry follow anything roadmap or like that, but I have some my roadmaps, for example, or you can say my procedure that I follow to animate or edit some videos. So yeah, I would like to share that, but for that I need to create a separate video. It's not possible to say all of this in live stream. But yeah, thank you for your suggestions. I'll try my best to do it. Okay. Yeah, welcome, respected sir, nice to see you live. Thank you so much, Rani Lakshmi by animators. ओके, मोहम्मद अशरफ आस्क, सर अगर मुझे मोशन ग्राफिक्स सीखना है तो कहाँ से और किस सॉफ्टवेयर से शुरू करूँ? Okay, so basically this guy Mohammed Ashraf is asking that he wants to learn motion graphics, but he doesn't know from where he should start. So I personally suggest for each and every animators, even not only 2D animators or anyone, even if you're a 3D animator or you want to pursue your career in 3D animations, video editing, and in case motion graphics, I would suggest first you should learn graphic designing, because in each and every area, even if you take video editing, motion graphics, and 3D animations, one common thing is that you need a graphic designing sense. If you don't have that, then whatever tools you are going to learn, it doesn't matter anymore, because they are just tools. So there is no use of it. So I would suggest try to learn some Photoshop and Illustrator first, and not just tools, but try to learn some designing, theoretical, like which font, which typography, etc., etc. You already know what I'm talking about. There are tons of courses, tons of video tutorials are available on the internet. There are so many YouTubers, and I'm sure you also know those YouTubers. So first thing first, you should start to learn graphic designing. For that, you should know how to learn Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator are must. And if you want to go for motion graphics, then you need to, a little bit focus on Illustrator much more, because when we try to animate things, we use Illustrator as compared to Photoshop. After that, if you want to give a try to graphic designing career, you can learn some different stuff, like you can learn Figma as well to pursue a career in UI UX designing. But if you still want to stick with motion graphics, then after learning Photoshop and Illustrator, you should go for After Effects. And if you want, then you can learn some 2D animation softwares like currently Adobe Animate is not that much, they are not completely focusing on that. So you can try to, if you're good at drawing, you can try to animate stuff in Procreate, which is Apple software, or you can try to, do some hand-drawn animation on Photoshop as well. There is stuff called frame by frame animations. You can give it a try on that. Then after that, once you complete After Effects, and if you know how to, not completely pro motion graphic, but if you know basic about After Effects and you are decent enough in After Effects, then I would personally suggest that you should try to learn Cinema 4D and Blender. While the Cinema 4D is a paid software, but the kind of options they are provide are very useful for motion graphics, and you can go and give try to Blender as well. Now, the thing with Blender is that it's free 3D software, open source, and there are so many tutorials already available about Blender. Like if you have any question about Blender, there is already tutorial on it. So it's easy to learn. I mean, not easy to learn, but easy to find the solution of your problems. About the learning process of Blender is quite hard, because Blender requires a lot of attention to details and lot of patience, because it's not something like you can learn from within a 1 month. Okay, you need to at least give 6 months to it to just master modeling and to know the little bit concept. After that, you can learn motion graphics in it. Okay. So yeah, and when it comes to Cinema 4D, Cinema 4D is basically made for motion designers only. So if you want to focus on After Effects, but you don't want to go deep into 3D modeling and stuff, and you want to learn 3D only for motion graphics, not any other stuff, then give a try to Cinema 4D. But even after learning After Effects, and you want to go for 3D, and not just to learn 3D or to create motion graphics, but to create complex animations and complex 3D modeling as well, and you don't have that much money to invest, then I think Blender is a suitable option for you. Okay, so I have told you this is the roadmap, and quietly this is not very easy. It will take at least 2 years to, if you want to master all of this. Even like I'm still learning. I'm trying to learn Blender, but the current situations are like that. I'm busy in job and all this YouTube stuff that I'm not getting that much time. But the thing is, when I started my career, uh, I used to focus on Photoshop and Illustrator. Then I try to learn After Effects and Premiere Pro. First, I have learned Premiere Pro, and then I started After Effects. Okay, so this is the roadmap. First thing you should learn is Photoshop and Illustrator. to master graphic designing. After that, you need to focus on video editing. Then you should learn Premiere Pro. Then you should learn After Effects and try to master it, because once you are using After Effects, you need to use Photoshop, Illustrator, all the three softwares, because of the dynamic linking. They are all gonna work together. After achieving a certain level of decency in After Effects, go for Blender and Cinema 4D. It totally depends on you. So yep, this is the roadmap. And along with this, don't just take technical knowledge, try to gain some theoretical knowledge like font selection and all the other stuff. Try to read books about video editing and etc. and try to watch more and more tutorials. Okay, so I hope this is a proper answer. Other than that, I don't know much more about it. All the answer I gave it to you, it's according to my experience. I'm not saying that this is the actual roadmap that will work for you or for every other student. It worked for me, so that's why I told you. Okay, so yeah, so this is the answer, I hope. Okay, so one Rishabh Singh asked me from where you have learned motion graphics. So when I started to you know how let me tell you how I started my motion graphic career. Initially, I was not interested in motion graphics or video editing. Initially, I was interested in 2D animation, and at that time, I mean, I am talking about 2018. At that time, we used to work on Flash. I hope you know Adobe Flash. Let me know in the comment section if you know about it. Currently, it's Adobe Animate, and they are not, upgrading it. So yeah, initially we used to work on Adobe Flash and I was a pro in it. But later on, one of my teacher told me that they need some animations on. For that, they need to remove the green screen and they want text animation in it. So at that time, I used to do that animation. I mean, text animation, like for example, bouncing text animation we do in Adobe After Effects. We used to do that in Adobe Flash. So in Adobe Flash, that it used to take some at least 1 hour to create only one text animation. So for me at that time it was normal, but then one of my teacher saw that I am creating normal text animation for video and it takes almost 1 hour. So at that time they told me that there about this software known as After Effects, and at that time it was a CS6 version. I mean, currently we are using CC. So at that time they told me that all you need to do is type your text and this is the effect. All you need to do is simply double click on it and your text is already animating. So that kind of a thing made me interesting, made some interest in this or topic. So I decided to give it a try. So yeah, that's how I started, and I started to watch some YouTube tutorials like GFX Mentor, Dope Motions, and Ben Marriott and etc. Even at that time I used to watch about Element 3D as well. So yeah, this is how I started, and there is only one procedure, that try and error and try and error. There is nothing like shortcut. Even I gave 2 to 3 years to learn just about motion graphics, try to experiment so much stuff. I have tried, fail, try, fail. So that's the journey. So yeah, and currently I am here doing live stream, doing job and some freelancing if I get that. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I think it's time to, try to actually, do some work because we have some topics that we need to cover. So, yeah, also let me know if there is any other questions. Okay, so let's try start our today's live stream. Okay, so yep, in today's live stream, basically I have decided to create 3 animations, but as I said that I don't know about my internet connection. So if something wrong goes, we will try to, give it a try in next live stream. So let's see what we are going to create. So this is the first animation that we are going to create. I'll hit spacebar. We are going to create this kind of a transition between this text. Then after that, we will try to create this shake it up, break it up kind of a text. And then we will try to create this kind of a looping animation, which we are going to do in After Effects. Okay, like that. So first we will try with a very basic animation, which is this one. Okay, so let me know in the comment section whether you are excited about this tutorial or not. ओके, मोहम्मद अशरफ आस्क मी सर हिंदी में समझा दिया करे प्लीज अगर मुमकिन हो तो। या बड़ी मेरा एक हिंदी में भी चैनल है, आप वहाँ पे भी जा सकते हैं बिकॉज इस चैनल पे मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल आर यू नो इंग्लिश पीपल्स, सो या। और ये चैनल मैंने इंग्लिश में ही स्टार्ट किया था, तो मैं ट्राई करता हूँ ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इस चैनल पे इंग्लिश कंटेंट बनाऊँ। लेकिन मैं जल्दी सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं हिंदी चैनल पे भी लाइव स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट कर दूँ, बट वो उसमें थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा बिकॉज मैं और सारी चीज़ों में भी यू नो इन्वेस्टेड हूँ और अभी उतना टाइम नहीं मिलता मुझे, टू बी रियल ऑनेस्ट। आज मुझे थोड़ा बहुत टाइम मिला है सारे काम करने के बाद। सो या, तो हम स्टार्ट करते हैं आज का लाइव स्ट्रीम with our first animation. Let me drink some water. Also, the project files of these animations are going to be available on my Patreon page. You can become a member over there, and all my tutorials project files are available on my Patreon page. Okay, and now we will start with this animation. But before that, you can join our Motion Pro membership as well, which is just for 59 rupees. It will be a support for this channel, and you'll get access to advanced motion graphic tutorials, After Effects tutorials, Blender tutorials, and much more. Okay, so let's start our today's live stream. And first thing first is that we are going to create this animation which contains this text. And if you see this animation, basically it's rotating and they are change in text. So let's create a new composition. I'm going to hit Control N to create another composition, and I'm going to call it as main animation, and width is 1920, height is 180, frame rate is 30, and duration we are going to choose 1 minute long, and background color I'm going to choose white color, and I'll simply hit OK. Then I'll go to choose grid and guide option, and I'm going to click on this title section, and let's select our text and let's type our first text, and I'm going to choose black color, and I'm going to choose this Bridgent's expanded font. You are free to choose whatever font you want, and let's select our text and let's type our first text, which is known as motion, as always we do. Let's select this text and press Ctrl Alt Home to align their respective anchor point at the center. Go to the align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. And now if you see in this animation, basically it's rotating. So let's select this animation text, select this motion text and convert this layer into 3D first. Then go to the paragraph menu and make sure that your center text over here. Then press R for rotation to create one keyframe on Y, like that. Okay, then zoom in a little bit, go to around 1 second, and let's make this 180-degree rotation. So if you check it out this now, we will get something like that. Then I'm going to select those keyframe and I'll hit F9. I'll go to the graph editor, right click and make sure that I'm in edit speed graph. Then I'll select this graph. By holding shift, I'm going to move one handle over here, and I'm going to move one handle over here. So if you check it out this animation, we will get something like that. Now when it's rotating, I want during the flipping, the text needs to get changed. So for that, I'm going to select this motion text. I'm going to hit Ctrl D to duplicate it and hit U, and let's delete those keyframe. And now I'm going to change the text. Let's enable this icon so we can see only this layer, and let's change this text to design. Okay, and let's disable this. Now when this motion word is rotating somewhere around at this point, I want this change to get changed into design. Okay, but before that, let's go to around 1 second where our animation is completed, and then enable our design text. Then select this design text and let's make it apparent with this motion. Okay, like that. And somewhere around at this point when it's flipping, I want my design text should appear over here with the help of open square bracket. Then select this motion text, hold Alt, close square bracket to trim up to this, and let's trim properly up to this area. Okay, so if you check it out this now, and if I hit spacebar, I'm gonna get this kind of a transition over here, and I'll select all of them and I'm going to enable the motion blur. So if you check it out this, we will get something like that. Now hit U and let's go somewhere around 1 second and let's select this design text. I'll press R for rotation. I'll create one keyframe at Y. Then I'm gonna go somewhere around 2 seconds and let's make this rotation 180 degree again. Okay, then select this rotation keyframes, hit F9, go to the graph, select this graph. By holding shift, move this handle over here and move this handle over here again, and same procedure I'm going to follow, but this time I'll go to the start, I'll select this design text and I'll hit Ctrl D to duplicate it. I'll enable this icon so I can see only this layer, and I'm going to name the at motion, and let's select this motion 2, hit U, and we are going to delete this keyframe, we don't need that. And let's enable this, and let's go at the end of this portion, and at this point I'm going to select this motion text, which is this one, and I'm going to make it apparent with this design text, and this design text is flipping at this point. Okay, so let's select this motion text and with the help of open square bracket move this over here, select this design text, hold Alt, close square bracket to trim up to this, zoom in, and let's trim up to this one. Okay, like that. So if you check it out this, we will get this and we will get this. And now I want this animation should end at 2 seconds, so I'll hit N over there. So if you check it out this animation, we will get this animation continuously. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, let's go somewhere around over here and hit U to minimize it. Select this motion, hold Alt, close square bracket to trim up to this, zoom in, and let's bring this over here properly. Then select all of these layers and hit Ctrl D, bring this at the top, and let's try to move this over here, zoom in, and let's try to bring this properly over here like that. And I'll go to around 4 seconds. I'll select those layers, I'll hit Ctrl D, and let's move this over here again, try to move this over here like that. Then select this last layer, hit O to go at the end and hit N over there. So now what will happen, I'm gonna get this animation continuously. But now if you see in our main animation, it looks like quite flipping through the camera. Okay, so let's go to the main animation and try to achieve that thing. I'll right click new and I'll create one camera over here, and angle of view we need to choose 90 and hit OK. And now if you see this animation, it's looking something like that. And if you double click on it and if you increase the angle of view, or let's say decrease the angle of view like that, and if you hit OK, and now if you see this, we are getting something like that. So let's hit double click, and this time I'm going to increase this angle of view to 120. Okay, like that. So if you check, we will get something like that. And now I'm gonna go in my camera options over here. Here we have so many camera options. I'm going to choose this and I'll try to zoom my camera. Then I can press C, which is a shortcut key to change the camera tools, and I'll try to adjust the position of this text like that. And now if you check it out this, we are gonna get something like that. You can press C again and you can try to adjust the camera movements somewhere around like that. Okay, so we will get that animation effect. Now after this, if you see over here, there is a change in colors as well. So to do that, I'm going to press Ctrl Y and to create one solid background, and I'll try to bring this downwards. And now to change the colors, what I'm going to do, I'll right click and I'll create one adjustment layer, and I'm gonna apply tint effect on it. So let's apply tint effect on this adjustment layer like that. And if you swap this color, obviously you will get different colors over here. So whenever our text is gonna get changed, like somewhere around at this point, I'm going to swap this color. And what I'm gonna do, I'll try to bring this adjustment layer over here. So if you check it out, this, we are getting this kind of a smooth transition. And now at this point, I'm gonna get this same transition. What I'm gonna do, I'll select this adjustment layer and I'm going to press Ctrl Shift D to split this layer. And this time, instead of black, I'm going to choose red color. So we will get this kind of a transition. Then somewhere around at this point, I'm going to select this layer. I'll press Ctrl Shift D to split this layer. And this time I'm going to choose this kind of a purple color layer. Okay, like that. Then somewhere around at this point, let's select this, press Ctrl Shift D. Let's choose something like this or something like this blue color. Okay, then at this point, I'm going to press Ctrl Shift D and let's let's choose black color and white color like that. Okay, and somewhere around at this point over here, at this point, I'm going to choose, hit Ctrl Shift D to split, and at this point actually I need to choose this color. Okay, like that. Okay, so as you guys can see, we have this kind of a subtle text transitions. Okay, so yep, this is how you can create this kind of a text transition animation. So yep, we have created our first animation successfully. Let me know in the comment section whether you like this animation or not, so we can go further. And let me drink some water, guys, as well. Okay, so our first animation is ready, and now we will try to move on our next animation, which is, if you see over here, is this animation. Shake it up, break it up, and if you see over here, there are a few text strips which are adjusting in between this text over here. So how to do that? Let's see. I'll close this main animation form and let's hit Control N to create another composition, and we are going to call it as main animation 02, and I'll hit OK. Then press Ctrl Y to create one solid background, and let's lock this layer. And for this text, I'm going to choose base new, and I'll choose white color. And let's see what was our text over here. Shake it up. Also, if you are loving this live stream, don't forget to click on that subscribe button, because that is very important. And also don't forget to hit on that like button as well to boost this live stream. And let me know in the comment section whether you are loving this kind of a live stream or not, so we will try to continue this in future. Okay, next text is break it up. So let's select this shake it up text only, hit Ctrl D, press V, and let's try to bring this over here, and let's type break. Select this text and let's try to increase the size of this text and try to adjust the position. Hit Ctrl D and let's type it up, and select this and try to increase the size of this text as well. Okay, select this text and try to adjust it over here like that. Okay, select all this text and let's try to adjust the position. Okay, like that. Okay, now I'm going to save this file. Then I'm going to hit Control N to create another composition, and this time I'm going to call it as, strip. And width of this animation I'm going to choose 2500, and height I'm going to choose 150, and let's hit OK. So I'll get this kind of a strip, but this strip looks very small. So hit Control K, and height of this strip I'm going to choose 60. Okay, like that. So yeah, this kind of a strip is suitable. If you want even less than that, you can take that as well. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose this text only. So let's type our text. uh, Hit Control Y to create one solid background, and let's lock this layer. Then select those text, and let's type our text, and let's reduce the font size. I'm going to type my text. Okay, so this is my text. Press Ctrl Alt Home, go to the Align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. Select this text and hit spacebar 2 times and hit Ctrl V and hit Ctrl V. Let's make this fit. Hit Ctrl V several times like that. Okay, so we got this text. Now I'm going to hit Ctrl D to duplicate it. I'll select the second layer, press P for position to create one keyframe, then zoom in and let's go somewhere to 10 seconds maybe, and press V for selection tool, and by holding shift, let's try to bring this out of the composition. Then at 10 seconds, I'm going to select this first layer and I'll make it apparent with this second layer. Then alt click on this stopwatch and let's apply loop out expression on it and double click on it. So now if you check it out, this we will get this kind of a strip animation. Okay, now let's go to the main animation and hit Control 0, and let's bring our strip over here. Okay, and I'll go to the effect and presets panel and I'll search for tint effect, and instead of this black color, I'll try to pick up this kind of a color over here, and instead of white, I'll choose this kind of a black color. Okay, then press R for rotation to rotate it like that. Press S for scaling option and try to adjust the scale between something like that. Hit Control D, hit W and try to rotate it like this over here. Hit Control D and let's try to rotate it like this. Hit Control D and let's try to rotate it like that. Again hit Control D and let's try to move this over here and let's rotate it like that. Then you can swap this color as well. You can select this and you can swap this. You can select this and you can try to swap this color, and let's try to bring this at the top. Okay, then out of all of this, what I'm gonna do, I am going to select this break text and let's try to bring this at the top. Okay, so we will get that kind of a structure over here. Then currently we chose this black solid, but instead of that, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to press Ctrl Shift Y, which is a shortcut key for opening the solid settings, and we are going to choose a grayish color over here like that. Okay, then go to the effect and presets panel and search for CC vintage effect and double click to apply. Then I'm going to select this strip. I'm going to go in my effect and presets panel and I'll search for drop shadow effect and double click to apply, and then increase the distance somewhere around like that, and let's increase the softness to 200. Then copy this drop shadow effect and hit Ctrl C. Select all the strip layers and hit Ctrl V. Select this breakdown text and hit Ctrl V over there. Also select this it up and just shake it up text and hit Ctrl V to apply that. Then I'm going to select all of the strip layers and I'll go to the effect and presets panel and I'm going to search for wiggle position effect and double click to apply. So what will happen along with this animation, we are going to get that some wiggle animations over there. Okay, now I want there should be someone that should control all of them. So I'll right click new and I'm going to create one null object. I'm going to select all of these layers and I'll make it apparent with this null. Then I'll select this null and I'll press R for rotation to create one keyframe. Then I'm going to press S for scaling option to create another keyframe. Then I'll hit U. Then I'll zoom in and I'll go somewhere around 3 to 4 seconds to create another keyframes at this point. Then let's go to the start and let's decrease the scale of this to somewhere up to this, like that, and then rotate it structure like that. Then I'm going to select those keyframe and I'll hit F9. I'll go to the graph editor. I'll select this graph. By holding shift, I'll move this handle over here, select this, and I'll move this handle over here. So if you check it out, this animation now, we are gonna get this kind of a zoom in effect over there. Now let's select this keyframe, not this keyframe, but strip. Go to the effect and presets panel and search for Gaussian blur effect and double click to apply. And let's increase the blurriness of it to somewhere around 10. Then select this again, apply Gaussian blur effect, and let's change this to 5. Okay, then I'll select this bottom one, apply Gaussian blur effect. Let's increase this value to 10. Okay, so we will get something like that. Then along with that, there should be some blurriness to when we are focusing on this object. So for that, I'm going to right click, new, and create one adjustment layer, and I'll go to the effect and presets panel, and I'm going to search for Gaussian blur effect again and double click to apply. And initially I'm going to choose Gaussian blur up to 50, and make sure to choose repeat age and pixels. And let's make this not 50 but 20 enough. Create one keyframe, hit U, go somewhere around over here, and let's make this value 0. Select those keyframe and hit F9. So if you check it out, this animation, we are gonna get something like that. Okay, over here. And just for the addition, what you can do, you can right click, new, and create one adjustment layer. Again, go to the effect and presets panel and search for magnify effect. Apply this distort magnify effect and select the center and try to bring the center over here. And let's increase the size of this somewhere around like over here. Select this, hit Ctrl D to duplicate, select this center and try to bring this magnify somewhere around at this point. Okay, so if you check it out, this we are gonna get this kind of a stuff over here. Okay, then hit U, go to around 4 seconds, select this two adjustment layer and make it apparent with this null. Then select this null, and if you check it out, this now we are still gonna, because magnify effect doesn't move along with that. But one thing you can do is that you can select those adjustment layer and you can create one keyframe of the center of each and every one and hit U. Then you can go to the 6 seconds and let's move this from here to here, and let's move this from here to here, something like that. Okay, so what will happen, that there is going to be some sort of movement in this animation. Okay, now one last thing we need to do is that if you see this animation, there is some kind of a grainy and 2D look to this animation. So for that, I'll create another adjustment layer, and I'm gonna go in my effect and presets panel, and I'm going to search for posterized time effect. This time effect give it a 2D kind of look, and I'm going to choose 15 frames. So what will happen, there is going to be a drop of frame per seconds like that, so it will create 2D kind of a look. And then just to give some textures, instead of actually using some textures from websites, I'm going to choose inbuilt effect called noise. So simply double click to apply and choose 25% of that noise. Okay, so we will get something like that. So I'll save this file. Like that. So let's hit N up to 4 seconds, and now if you check it out, this animation, I'm gonna get something like that. So yep, this is how you can create this kind of a motion graphics. Okay, So yep, this is our second animation which is done. Also let me know in the comment sections whether you like this animation also or not. uh, Let me know in the comments, guys. I'll drink some water till then. Okay, so this animation is ready, and now let's time for our final showdown. It's time to show our final animation. Then we will end this live stream. Okay. Also, if you guys have any questions or queries regarding to, anything about motion graphic industry, and if you have any suggestions for me, let me know in the comments of this live stream. Okay. So let's start this final animation. But before we start this final animation, those who are watching this and those who are, try to follow me and watch my tutorials, thank you so much. It means a lot to me, uh, because I don't get that much time to do live stream and to do YouTube tutorials. So in these days, I have some lot of work, whether it's personal family stuff and whether it's office related stuff or some freelancing stuff as well. But thank you. Still, you guys are following me. I know that I'm not that much consistent about live stream and tutorials, but yeah, it means a lot to me. Also, don't forget to join our Motion Pro membership as well, which is just for 59 rupees. You'll get access to new videos and tutorials, and yeah, that will be a support for me as well. Okay, so let's start with our final animation, which is going to be a looping animation. And let's see what this animation does actually. If I start this animation from here and let's press B and see one block is coming from the top, then it goes again and then it comes downward again. So let's try to recreate this animation. So to recreate this animation, let's close this main animation first. I'll hit Control N to create another composition, and I'm going to call it as main animation 03. Width I'm going to choose over here is 1920, and height I'm going to choose 1080. Okay, let's choose 1080. Frame rate is 30 and duration is 1 minute long, and background color is white color. Then press Ctrl Y to create one solid background, and I'm going to choose white color background, and let's lock this layer. Then I'm going to select my text tool and I'm going to type my text design. Okay, and let's choose black color, and for the font I'm going to choose this font only. Okay, nothing fancy. Let's increase the size of this. Let's select this text and press Ctrl Alt O. I'll go to the Align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. I'll press S for scaling option and I'll try to, scale it somewhere. I think 100 size is enough. Then I'll go to the Align tab and I'm going to choose Align Bottom. Then go to the character menu and I'm going to choose a red color for this text. I'll select this text and I'll hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, and I'll lock this downward layer, and let's choose black color for this text, and let's delete all of this stuff and let's keep this D over here. Zoom in a little bit and press V, and let's select this and let's try to move this D over here. Then hit Ctrl D and let's try to change this text to E. Select this and let's move this over here. Hit Ctrl D, and this time let's type S and try to adjust this over here. Okay, then hit Ctrl D again, and this time I'm going to type I. Select this and try to move this over here. Hit Ctrl D, and this time I'm going to type G over here and try to move this over here. Again hit Control D, and let's try to type N over here. Okay, and make sure the position is properly adjusted like that. Okay, and let's make this fit. And now we are going to remove this design word, we don't need that, and we have this design text. Now for the shape, I'm going to choose ellipse tool, and I'm going to pick up this, brown, not brown, but I think purple color. And by holding shift, I'll create one ellipse. Then select this ellipse and press Ctrl Alt Home. Go to the align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. Okay, like that. Then press P for position, select this and try to bring this over here. Then there is someone that should, control this text over here. So for that, I'm going to right click new and create one null object. And I'll select this null object and I'm going to press Ctrl Alt Home to align that respective anchor point to the center. Then go to the align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. Then press S for scaling option and increase the scale. Then select this and let's try to bring this over here. Select all of this text over here and make it apparent with this null. Okay, so I can, animate this null. I mean, so I can animate the text with the help of this null. So let's select this shape layer first and press P for position to create one keyframe. Then go somewhere around 20 frames, or let's say 1 second, and try to bring this downwards, and it should touch the bottom of this text. Then go few frame forward, create another keyframe, and in the middle of that it should go upward again like that. Then it goes forward again, create one keyframe, and in the middle of that it should go a little bit up again. Then after that, select those keyframe and let's hit F9 to ease in, ease out. Then go to the graph editor, right click and make sure that you are in edit speed graph. Select this and by holding shift move this handle over here and move this handle over here. Okay, like that. Then after this, let's select those keyframe, hold shift and move this handle at this point and this handle at this point, this handle at this point. Select this and move this handle at this point. Similarly, at this portion over here, select this, move this handle at this point, this over here, this over here, select this and move this over here. So if you check it out this animation now, we will get something like that. Okay, over here. Now after that, what I'm gonna do, when this coming downward at this portion, somewhere around at this point, I'm going to select this D and this N, and let's try to bring this at the top. Press P for position to create one keyframe. Go 20 frame forward, or let's say 40 frame forward. Create another keyframe, and somewhere in the middle, let's select this N over here. Let's minimize this portion. Try to bring this over here, or you can simply go to the align tab and choose align right over here like that. Okay, then you can select this D and choose align left like that, or instead of that, don't choose align left and try to adjust it up to this degree. Then let's select those keyframe and hit F9. And what I want to do is, when this ball is touching, I want this D and this N should go over here, and go to the graph, select this graph. By holding shift, move this handle over here, select this and move this handle over here, select this, move this handle over here, and select this and move this handle over here. Okay, so if you check it out, this will get something like that. And during this procedure, when it coming together, let's enable those layers, and I want this N should come over here like that, and this D should come over here like that. Okay, over here. So if you check it out, this we will get something like that. Then what I want is that somewhere around at this point over here, at this point, I want this G I, S and E. Press P for position to create one keyframe. Then go somewhere around at the end over here, and let's select this not this G, and let's try to bring this over here. Select this I, and let's try to bring this over here. Zoom in. Let's try to bring this over here. Select this S. Let's try to bring this over here like this. Select this key, and let's try to bring this somewhere around at this point. Okay, like that. Okay, so if we check it out this now, we will get this, we will get this. Okay, and let's select those keyframe and let's move this a little bit upward like that. Okay, like that. And if you want, you can bring this over here as well, like this. Now select all of these layers and enable their motion blur. So by adding motion blur, okay, so Ibrahim Sheikh asks, is this the first live class? Nobody, if you check it out my channel and if you go to the live section, I already did so many live stream. Not so many, but I think 10 to 8 maybe. So no, this is not my first live class. So yeah. So if you check it out this, when this goes like that, and it should go like this. And then when it's happening like that, I want somewhere around at this point, this boy should again bounce at the top. So press P for position to create one keyframe. Go few frame forward somewhere around like that. Let's try to bring this totally upward up to this. Okay, like that. And then somewhere around at this point, it should come and bounce at this point. So let's select those keyframe and hit F9. Go to the graph, zoom in, select this, hold shift, move this handle at this point, this handle at this point, this handle at this point, select this and move this handle at this point. So we will get something like that. And obviously after this as well, okay, so Ibrahim Sheikh asked, what is your live class routine? I don't want to miss any class anymore. Actually, there is no routine, buddy. But I would guys let you know whenever there is going to be a live class. Uh, I'll post something on YouTube or Instagram that tomorrow or today there is going to be a live class or something. Or you can hit the bell icon as well, so you'll get the notification. And I upload almost one day after another tutorial on my channel, so you can check it out that as well. Also if you want much more advanced tutorials and in-depth tutorials like complete series or something, you can join our Motion Pro membership as well, which is just for 59 rupees, and there are some extra courses and courses related to Cinema 4D, Blender, and complex motion graphic series in After Effects. So yeah, okay, so let's get back to our animation. After this, when it's coming downwards, after hitting that E over here, it should bounce a little bit again. So I'll go few frame forward to create another keyframe, and in the middle I'll try to bring this a little bit upward like that. Okay, so select that and let's go to the graph editor, zoom in. Now the graph is weird, so let's select those keyframe and let's hit F9, zoom in, shift hold, let's select this area, shift hold, move this handle at this point, this over here, sorry, this over here, select this and move this over here. Okay, so we'll get something like that. Okay, so till if you see this animation, we are getting something like that and something like that. Then somewhere around 4 seconds, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to select this keyframes over here and I'll hit Control C, Control V. So we will get that bounce over here. Then after this, I'll go few frame forward to create another keyframe, and in the middle, I'm going to bring this a little bit upward again. Go to the graph, zoom in, select this and hit F9. Select this and by holding shift move this handle over here and this handle over here. Move this, select this and move this handle over here like that. Okay, so if you check it out, this will get something like that. And let's bring this a little bit more upward like that. Then after this, I want this should go a little bit upward up to 5 seconds. I'm gonna copy my first keyframe, so hit Ctrl C, Ctrl V and hit F9. Then go to the graph editor, select this and by holding shift move this handle over here and move this handle over here. So if you check it out, this we will get something like that. And then at this point I'm going to select this null object. I'll press P for position to create one keyframe. I'll go to the 5 seconds and I'm going to bring this null object downwards and select those keyframe and hit F9. Go to the graph, select this graph, hold shift, move this handle at this point and move this handle at this point. So it will create an illusion like it's going at the top. Then I can go to the 5 seconds and if I hit N over here, and now if you see the magic over here, we are getting something like that. But one thing I forgot to do is that initially there is no animation like they are coming from the bottom or not. So let's go and create one keyframe at position. Go to around 10 frames to create another keyframe and go to the start. Let's bring this keyframe downwards. So we will get something like that. And select those keyframe and hit F9. Go to the graph, select this and move this handle over here like that. So we'll get something like this. So if you check it out, this animation now, we get this first, then we get this first, and then we will get something like that. Okay, over here. And if you want, then you can select this animations and you can try to bring this a little bit over here as well. Okay, and you can bring it up to this. Okay, so we'll get something like that. Okay, so as you guys can see, we got this over here. But if you see in main animation, there is some color changing happening over here. So to do that, what I'm gonna do, I'll select this shape layer and I'll try to bring this at the top, and I'll select all the remaining layers except this white color solid. Sorry. Okay, so except that white colored solid, I'm going to select all the layers and I'll press Ctrl Shift C and I'm going to call it as text animation and I'll hit OK. Then let's go to the start and select this shape layer and hit Ctrl D. Select this second layer, hit enter and let's call it as mask. Okay, like that. Then I'm going to select this text animation and I'll hit Ctrl D to duplicate it. Select this text animation, go to the effect and presets and search for fill effect and double click to apply that fill effect. And with the help of this picker, I'm going to pick up this color, and instead of this color, let's choose a little bit of light color version of this. Okay, like that. Then select this mask, hit U, and let's see where is the keyframe. It's over here. And after this, whatever keyframes we have, we are going to delete that and select this text animation layer which has this light purple color. Press F4 and we are going to choose alpha mask. Then select this mask layer, press S to create one keyframe, go few frame forward and let's increase the size of this totally, that it should cover the entire composition like that. So if you check it out this now, it will look like a virus kind of a structure is happening over here like that. Okay, similarly, what I'm gonna do, I'll select this mask and I'll hit Ctrl D and I'll bring this at the bottom. I'll select this text animation layer and I'm going to choose alpha inverted mask. So what will happen, we are not gonna get that extra black background over there. Okay, like that. Okay, so yep, if you see this animation, we are gonna get this kind of a stuff. Okay, Arun Tawar is asking लाइव कब से हुआ क्लास? 1 घंटा हो गया है भाई, तो या और एंड भी हो गया है, तो आप अभी देख सकते हो फिर से. ओके. So yep, in this today's live stream, if you check it out, this initially we have created this animation, which is very basic animation if you see, but it's quite smooth and very elegant. And sometimes what happens is that whenever you see this kind of animations, it's actually very easy, but sometimes we fail to understand how we can achieve that. Okay, so initially when I saw that animation, that thing also came in my mind, so how we can achieve that and all. But yeah, we did over here. So yeah, so this was our first animation that we have created in today's live stream. The second animation that we have created in live stream is this one, shake it up and break it up. It consists of all this strips and you know text illusion kind of stuff. Okay, so this kind of animations are useful when you create this kind of a illusion. If you see over here, that break word is on the top, and after that there are some strips that are on the top of that shake it up text and it up text. Okay, and the last animation that we have created today is this animation, which is quite looping animation over here. And right now if you are seeing this animation, if you hit Control K, this animation is in 30 frames per second. But if I choose this in 60 frames per second and hit OK, I think this animation is gonna be totally killer if you see this in 60 FPS, because it's going to be a very smooth animation. Okay, like that. So yep, that's it for today's live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. If you does, then click on that like button and also hit on that subscribe button as well, and don't forget to join our Motion Pro membership as well. And we are ending this live stream, so if you have any queries, any suggestions, or any questions that you want to ask me, please feel free to ask in the comment section. So we will take a few time. I'll drink some water till then. And also let me know in the comment section that what kind of animations that you want in my next live stream or in the tutorials. If I'm capable enough to do that, I'll try my best to replicate that animations. Okay, so yep, this is for today's live stream. Don't forget to hit on that like button, guys. It's very important. It will help us to boost this kind of a live stream. Also, don't forget to join our Motion Pro membership. And by the way, if you want any kind of particular courses, you can join our Udemy courses as well. Simply search on Udemy Age Motion Designs. You'll get access to all the courses as well. Okay, so thank you for watching our today's live stream. We will try to do this live stream again. Till then, see you guys and be in motion.